Hello, everybody. It's 12:45, and I think we're ready to start. Welcome. My name is Fredrik Stenlund. I have with me today my colleague Christian Andersson, and in the next 15 minutes, we will introduce you to Microsoft Planning tool called Planning Optimization. That's set to replace the master planning that you all know in Dynamics 365 and all the versions of AX. If you would have any questions during this session, you can find on your top right-hand side a Q&A button. Please write your names, your questions there, and we promise to address them after the session. With that, once again, welcome, and I'll hand over to my colleague Christian. Take it away.
Thank you, Fredrik. Yes, my name is Christian. I work as a solution consultant for BE-terna, and I'm the one that's going to give you a little bit info about what planning optimization is and why you should consider it for your business. Before I start talking about the new, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the old master planning, which you are probably all familiar with. It's quite limited in its way of working, with the biggest downside being the performance issue. You are unable to use the system while you do the running. Since the calculations are all done in your SQL server, changing the data during planning can lead to deadlock situations. So Microsoft decided to deprecate the old master planning, but just so no one gets scared, I want to mention that there are no plans as of today to remove it. And should Microsoft do this in the future, they are saying that they would at least give a year's notice. So now that was the old, now is the new. Microsoft decided to create the new planning optimization instead, which has several benefits. They have moved the planning from your SQL environment to a cloud-based Azure environment. This means that you reduce the server workload and free up capacity for other tasks. You are free to run planning during working hours, since your other tasks won't be blocked or slowed down by the calculations. In other words, you don't need to wait for planning to be completed to create those few extra orders or to change any inventory numbers. The running time has been improved by a lot. Before, with old master planning, it could take hours, but now it's gone down to minutes. Imagine still using master planning and the batch job running into some errors during the nightly runs. Your option would then be to run it during the day with reduced capacity or lose a whole day of lead time. But now, with planning optimization, you can receive new data within minutes. Also, since planning optimization is moved outside of SQL environment into Azure Cloud, it's become more easy for Microsoft to further improve, which shows since new features are being added continuously, and you are able to do things that was not possible in the old master planning. So how does it work? It all starts when you decide that you want to run a new planning. When starting a new planning, a signal is sent from your environment to Azure Cloud. Planning optimization then requests data from you via the connector. It takes sort of a screenshot of your system with all the data, and this is then sent to Azure Cloud via the connector. The calculations are all done quickly, thanks to planning optimization being built as a scalable multi-tenant service with multiple instances working together to calculate the plan. If I'm going to explain it in other words, you can say that old master planning would compare to one individual working with all your calculations. He would do a really good job, but he would get easily stressed out if you talk to him, and he didn't take any changes to his tasks very well. Planning optimization, on the other hand, is a whole team of external consultants that is working together to finish the calculations as soon as possible. And they don't really care what you do on your end, just so you can do changes. They just want to get the job done as quickly and as good as possible. When the calculations are all done, data is sent back from cloud environment to your SQL server via the connector. A signal is also sent saying that the calculations are now complete. So in your system, you now have new suggestions for planned orders, productions, and etc. And all this is done within minutes, and it's a process that you can repeat several times a day if you feel the need to. Although being a very competent tool, there are still a few ways of working that is not yet fully supported by planning optimization. New features, as the one showing on this picture, are being added with the version upgrades, and Microsoft is also continuously doing minor performance improvements and adding smaller functions between upgrades as well. So more and more companies are now being able to take the step towards planning optimization. So even if you have looked at this before and it didn't suit you then, sorry. So even if you have looked at it before and it didn't suit your way of working then, it might be time to try it again. Features like viewing demands in explosion form is a big help for producing companies, and multi-vendor sourcing can help you if you have a complicated supply chain. So if you are unsure that you are able to take the step, please let us know, and we can help you along the way with an initial check. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a case study done by Microsoft. They had a large retail customer with stores spread out around Europe. They had a quite complex planning with own brands that was produced overseas and shipped to their DC, and also external brands that were sent directly to the store. They had a very large database with many different variants. So the calculations were quite demanding, which shows since their master planning could take up to 8 hours to run. But during the switch to planning optimization, they were able to cut this down to just a matter of minutes. This led to increased flexibility for their business. They also managed to do a lot of cost savings by being able to reduce the inventory levels. So, which one can use planning optimization? There are some criteria that you need to tick in. You have to have at least a tier 2 environment, and you have to be with dynamic version 7 or later. And you also have to have a setup to a Power Platform. If you are ticking in all these boxes, then planning optimization might be for you. And just to add, there are, as of now, no extra license costs to run planning optimization. Thank you. Back to you, Fredrik.
Great. Perfect. Should we just take the last slide then, perhaps? And I'll be summarizing a little bit. Thanks, Christian, for the walkthrough and what to do now. We recommend you to get in touch with us. We will help you to have a look on your system and the requirements and the prerequisites that's needed for your system. We will help you to form a rollout plan to start in one company, going to the next, and so on, depending on a little bit on how your way of working and your current setup looks like. So how do you do to reach out? And that's actually in the next slide. If you're in Sweden, please contact me. If you're in Denmark, Norway, and Netherlands, we have great people that will respond if you reach out to them. And yeah, we'll help you out. Make sure that you're set as we go along. And before we stop here today, I'd like you to also recommend you to sign up for the coming webinars. We have one in January. We also have this format where you can actually choose on your types of interest, what you're interested in, and you'll get invitations based on that. So go ahead and do that as well. I think that's all for today. We still have 5 minutes to go. I haven't seen any questions, so then we save you some time and talk to you soon again. Thank you very much. Bye.